Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's video, I will be sharing with you the top 5 secrets of naturally slim women. If you have not yet subscribed, let me remind you again to please subscribe. Thank you so much for the encouragement and the support. Don't we all know that woman that appears to eat everything, is never on a diet, they eat what they want, yet they stay slim? While you and I, we just need to catch the smell of something and then we end up with excess weight. We know them and we do not like them. So what are their secrets? How do naturally slim women eat? If you know the answer, you have some ideas, share them with all of us in the comment section below. I have put together the top 5 secrets and I'm going to start with secret number 5. Naturally slim women are busy bodies. They are on their feet most of the time. They are running around doing stuff. And when you run around, you're burning excess calories, right? When you run around, you're also not just sitting there and putting food in your mouth. And that habit helps these women stay slim naturally without having to do a lot of, exercise. The rest of us, how can we copy this? Not all of us have maybe a type of job that requires us to run around, but what that means for us is we have to incorporate a lot of movement. That's how we can copy this habit, right? We have to incorporate exercise, we have to incorporate movement, maybe something like gardening. I find that when I'm in the garden, walking, doing things, the whole time I even forget to eat. Like I don't feel that I'm hungry, as opposed to when I'm sitting behind my desk walking, I just feel like I need to be putting things in my mouth the entire time. Secret number 4, these naturally skinny women don't have a wide variety of foods in their diet. What do I mean by that? They have a few things that they eat, staples, right, that they eat regularly. What happens is when you have too much variety in your diet, you tend to overeat. So how can we implement this habit in our own lives? Consistent, prescribed meals and prescribed eating schedules. That's why meal prepping works for weight loss, because you know what you're going to eat. It's about the same thing every day, right? You know when you're going to eat what. Skinny women may eat in response to feeling sad, but as soon as they recognize what they're doing, they know to stop. They know to stop eating. They practice what is known as HALT, literally means stop. Hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. So if you are eating for any reason that is not the first age, and you recognize that, you need to stop. If you're eating because you're angry or lonely or tired, you need to stop. And this only works if you implement it. What do I mean by that? Say, the next meal, the next whatever that you're trying to eat, just halt, pause, and ask yourself, am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Or am I tired? If it's not the first one, drop the fork, go out for a walk, call a friend, clean the house, go walk in the garden, do any other thing that does not involve food. Just halt. Secret number 2 of these naturally slim women, they don't treat hunger like an emergency. They do not fear hunger. When you fear something, what do? You tend to avoid it, right? So when you fear hunger, what happens is you eat to avoid hunger. So if you're eating to avoid hunger, what is going to happen? You're going to end up overeating. And you know what happens when you overeat. So we don't have to treat hunger like an emergency, like a condition that needs to be feared. We need to be able to tolerate hunger pangs. This is not a case for being hungry all the time. I'm just saying at the first signs of hunger, that, you know, the initial hunger pangs, we can learn to just wait it out, to tolerate it, to ride it out, and let that hunger grow before we eat. Okay, so what we can do is, you know, the next time you feel hungry, just wait. Wait half an hour, wait an hour before you eat. You know, if you usually just eat as soon as you wake up because you think you're starving, just delay another 30 minutes, another 1 hour, and see. You're not going to die. You're not going to die. And once you realize that you did not die, you will learn to tolerate hunger a little better. You know, if you always eat after dinner before you go to bed because you think you're starving, next time, just go to bed without eating. You wake up in the morning fine. And once you do that a couple of times, you will learn to not treat hunger like an emergency. You would learn to respond intelligently to hunger. The top secret of naturally slim women is that they eat until they are satisfied, not stuffed. They know to stop at satisfied and not stuffed. Now you're asking me what the difference is. Let's consider the scale, which I'm going to call the fullness scale. It goes from number 1 to number 10. Number 1 is you're starving, you're truly starving. Number 10 is you've had food like right up to here, like if you put your hand right here, you're gonna touch the food. That's number 10. Naturally slim women, they know to stop around number 6. That is where they're just satisfied. They could have more, they could go for seconds, but they're not that hungry. And so they stop at that 6 or 7. Meanwhile, the rest of us will keep eating until we get to a 9 or 10 before we stop. And then we wonder why we struggle with our weight. We wonder why we struggle with our weight. We keep eating. Why? I don't know. The food is there. Habit. The food tastes good. You can't stop. You have no willpower. There are all types of reasons that we can, or excuses that we can make. But the truth is, these women that do not struggle with their weight, yes, they may be they may have won the genetic lottery, but they also have habits that help them stay slim. And I think eating to this point of just satisfied is one of the major reasons, in addition to the number 2, of course. I put them in that order. But how can we practice this in our lives? Fullness scale again. So before you eat, right, just check in with yourself and rate from number 1 to 10 how you're feeling. Maybe you are like a 3, 4 when you eat. Hopefully you're not 1 and starving. Maybe you're like, 3 or 4 when you eat, and then you keep eating. When you get to the middle part of your meal, literally stop and check in again. How am I feeling? Is it still a 3 or 4? Is it now a 5? Is it a 6? Then you know you need to start to stop. If it's around a 6 or a 7, just stop and walk away. All right? You stop and walk away. You keep practicing that. You keep practicing that. And before you know it, you will know how it feels like to stop just at satisfied versus eat to the point where you're now looking for a broom to sweep your stomach. That's what people in Africa do in Wimbo. When you've had too much food, they like take a broom and sweep your stomach. Yeah, so those are the top 5 reasons I think that some women manage to stay naturally slim while the rest of us struggle. I hope you found something useful in this video that you can take and implement in your own life. Let me know what you found most useful, what you think you can practice this week, this month, because it's not good information until you take that information and implement it. That's how change happens. That's how transformation happens. Continue to work on you. You are the best project you ever work on. And until next time, people, take care of yourselves. Self-care is not optional. Bye.